I should put the GPS on really. You know what? I think I will use for this case. 57, no. Let me look at the map again. For some reason, I feel like I'm gonna get myself lost if I don't do the GPS. So, 1957. Oh, sheesh. 1957. 1957. Oops. Yeah, I'm not gonna play that. That's too. I guess.
We're all set. Drive safely. Turn right.
Oh, I just came out there. Nowhere, I think. Oh, boy. Yes, in this case, I will.
Turn right. Then turn left. Turn left. Then turn left. Turn left on Travis Boulevard. Turn left. Then turn right. Turn right on Travis Boulevard.
Okay.
In 900 feet, turn right on Union Avenue.
Yeah, I'm gonna get myself.
Turn right on Union Avenue.
Okay. It's Parkway.
Does your home have a gourmet
that should be
kitchen with an
okay.
oversized pantry so you can store everything? What about an office with Wi-Fi built-in and hardwired internet outlets for gaming? Or a gorgeous porch or patio for more outdoor living? With Pulte's innovative and modern floor plans, you can have them all. At Pulte, we build homes that think ahead to tomorrow so you can build the life you're dreaming of today. Find your home at Pulte.com. Pulte Homes. More life built in. Equal housing opportunity.
Binge listen this and all your artist stations, plus any song from our library of millions of songs, all ad-free. Get your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access. You'll love it. Don't be basic, be extra. Start your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access now.
Clean and healthy water. It is essential for your little ones, the big ones, even your furry ones. Hey, it's Dean Sharp. Give them filtered water in your entire home with a LifeSource water system. Drink, bathe, cook, clean with healthy water. Call on the source, LifeSource. Own a LifeSource water system for only $75 a month on approved credit. Call 800-803-2696, 800-803-2696, or visit lifesourcewater.com.
Hear new music first on your free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, y'all, this is Morris here.
Hey, what's up? This is Fall Out Boy.
What's up? This is Mark Hoppus from Blink-182. It's iHeartRadio.
The free iHeartRadio app is where the biggest stars in the world connect with you. Download it today.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
You're being driven by politics. You're wishing ill things on other human beings because of their political stance.
Yes.
Gary and Shannon.
Not even because they've done anything against you personally.
And that's so where we're at as a country, and I loathe it.
Live 9 to 1 p.m. on KFI. And on demand anytime on the iHeartRadio app.
Okay.
KFI AM 640 Handle here on Thursday morning, May 11th. And today, Title 2 ends. And I'll explain more about that tomorrow. For example, who gets in and who doesn't get in. You know, the rules of the folks coming in. In the meantime, back we go to Mo Kelly, Musings from Mo. Mo heard tonight, 7 to 10 p.m., Monday through Friday. Mo, what were we going to talk about? I think we're going to talk about the writer's strike. and what's going on and who is crossing the picket line and who is not. Because people are a little confused about that. Showrunners crossing the line, so they're producers, but they're also writers. So what's happening?
At this point, writers who are principally writers are not crossing the picket lines. You mentioned showrunners. Showrunners are often writers and also former writers. They're being asked to cross the picket lines because studios are saying, well, the production is not necessarily completely shut down. You may remember, Bill, we talked about how studios in Hollywood, they were trying to jam all these scripts into the can so they would have material to produce during the forthcoming strike. Well, now that the strike is here, some studios have extra content which they can produce, and they've already sent a letter to the showrunner saying, no, you are not excused. You are not fired. You're expected to report to work.
Right, do your job. And showrunners are the executive producers. And the way it works, I've had some friends, both successful showrunners and not successful showrunners. So you're a writer, and you go and you pitch to the powers to be, hey, do I have an idea for you? Remember My Mother the Car? Remember that television show?
Unfortunately, I do.
Right. So you have a guy whose mother dies. She comes back as a Model T Ford, and they talk to each other. Now, first of all, the question is, who came up with that? And what executive at the network said, yeah, that's a great idea?
Someone who's no longer alive, probably.
All right. So now, are the studios in production right now?
Some are, some are not. There are some productions which have been halted altogether, some productions which have been moved back depending on the makeup of their staff and whether they have actual scripts to produce. But by and large, it's a wholesale disruption of the industry.
Okay, so how many unions are actually refused to cross the picket line? Because we've got SAG-AFTRA, which you and I belong to. You have certainly the makeup union and the ones that make up the sound union, as well as all the other ones. Are any of them refusing to cross picket lines?
See, that's the thing. Now, you and I, we're members of SAG, and we got the letter saying, you know, we stand in solidarity with the Writers Union, the Writers Guild, but at the same time, actors themselves have not come out and said that they are not going to cross the picket lines. And so that goes back to the whole idea that some productions are not completely shut down. There may be some actors and actresses who will go to work and work on productions. And it's not clear how that's going to shake out, how that's going to be perceived. The Directors Guild, they're not on strike. They're presently in negotiations as well, but it's not clear whether they will not cross that picket line. Right now it's early, but it's hard to forecast what's going to happen in 2-3 weeks or 2-3 months.
Can the studios buy scripts that from authors, writers that have nothing to do with the union?
Yes, they can, but the Writers Guild has already alerted people. In fact, Vanessa Herron, who used to work at KFI, who's now a writer for the CBS show The Equalizer with Queen Latifah, made it very clear on my show last night that if anyone were to do that, it would prevent them from ever becoming a member of the Writers Guild. They will not allow that. They will be banned for life.
And in terms of what writers get and don't get, how reasonable, and I'm not asking you, well, maybe I am, because you have an opinion, of course. How reasonable are their demands relative to what other unions have gotten and relative to where the state of this industry is?
Well, I would say it's very reasonable, if only because studios have gotten over on writers by having different senses of the deal for streaming properties as opposed to broadcast properties, where broadcast properties, they would get paid for each rerun or each viewing, and they don't get that for streaming, for example. And so someone may watch a show and stream it, and writers are not getting the types of residuals that they would for broadcast television.
And we noticed that today the sales of TV shows, go on literally forever. It's not just a successful syndicated show where you would need it. Don't you need about 100 episodes before you can really roll out a syndicated show?
That was the magic number.
Yeah, and when it comes to writing, producing even a series for one of the streaming services, and there's a limited limited edition, if you will, limited number of episodes, 6, and that's all they have, and they're done. But those can be sold and resold and sold again to markets all over the world. So the streaming service, whoever produces it, that money comes to them in perpetuity, and the writers get screwed, right?
Correct. I wish I could correct you about something, but yes, it can be sold and resold, viewed and reviewed, and the writers heretofore were largely receiving a flat rate for their services and not enjoying the benefits of broadcast television in the sense of residuals or just the scope of work, because as you said, they're limited series with 4 to 6 episodes and at best 13 episodes, but nothing approaching the 22 episodes that we would commonly see for broadcast television.
All right, Mo, tonight 7 to 10 p.m. Marcia Collier joins Mo at 8 for Tech Thursday. Mo, we'll catch you over the weekend. Take care.
See you soon.
All right, coming up at Scary and Shannon, I want to remind you, tomorrow we're going to talk an awful lot about the Title 42. That is over. It's finished today. It's at midnight when it all ends. So we've got a lot to talk about tomorrow. In the meantime, upcoming is Gary and Shannon. And Gary, what are you going to talk about today?
Well, we'll see if there was any sort of a winner. Was it CNN? Was it Caitlin Collins? Was it President Trump? From last night's town hall meeting. Also, you mentioned Title 42. We'll get a view of what's going on down at the border, specifically what's going to happen at the California border, because we haven't been paying a whole lot of attention to that. And the Supreme Court has made a ruling about California pork. That'll all come up during the Gary and Janet Show. KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles, Orange County.
Talk without the tilt.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
From outdoors to inside, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA Mayor Bass says she's working to house people living in a large homeless camp in the Beverly Grove area. KFI's Blake Trolley reports live the camp has frustrated people who live in the area.
That's right, Jen. People in the area have expressed safety concerns over the camp. Mima Adams, who owns a psychic business on San Vicente, says the camp is noticeably a lot smaller. However, she says she has her doubts.
Just yesterday, there was a person setting up while they were cleaning up. So we kind of know that it's not going to stay like this.
This morning, Jen, several tents continue to line the street here. 2 homeless people I've spoken with claim they were not offered housing yesterday. We're working to hear from the mayor's office to get a timeline of when this operation here will be complete. Councilwoman Katie Yaroslavsky, who represents the district Beverly Grove sits in, previously said there were not enough beds to house people at the camp. She says the Inside Safe operation, which began yesterday, was the product of months of coordination. And Jen, just in the last few minutes, one thing I want to report on is we have seen a few LAPD officers show up to the scene. They are talking with people who live at the camp. Other than that, we have no details. That's something we're working to follow up on. Reporting live in Beverly Grove, Blake Trolley, KFI News.
Police in Long Beach are looking for at least 2 guys who shot at some kids on a sidewalk, killing a 12-year-old boy. This woman says Eric Brown was her grandson.
And he was the world to me. He made my world.
Brown and 2 teenage girls were walking on Lewis Avenue Tuesday night when a car pulled up with at least 2 guys inside. It's not clear who fired. A 14-year-old girl was hurt. The LA County Sheriff's Department says money is driving the continuance of street takeovers in Compton.
Police say drivers are paying off some workers at tire shops to stay open during the street shows, and some people are getting kickbacks for posting the drivers' videos online. Former street takeover driver Ismail Tamar says he stopped participating when he saw it was creating danger.
A danger to people and a danger to the public as well as the people attending the events.
The Sheriff's Department says it impounded several cars and handed out citations during street takeovers Monday night. The department says it has zero tolerance for anyone earning money from street shows. In Compton, Chris Adler, KFI News.
A judge says a wrongful drowning death claim in LA can go to trial against a former chef who worked for a Hollywood producer. The case involves the producer's personal assistant who joined the group during a trip to Bora Bora, where they attended a celebrity honeymoon in 2015. The girl's parents filed the suit alleging their daughter was overworked and on cocaine during the trip. A judge rejected arguments Tuesday by the chef's attorney that the woman's death was an accident. Autopsies found the likely cause of death was drowning with drugs and alcohol along with fatigue and heat stroke. Emergency security measures have been put in place at LA County juvenile halls.
The list of new procedures was sent out in a memo following the fatal overdose of an 18-year-old at the Nydorf facility in Sylmar. KFI News obtained the internal memo yesterday, which says new search protocols would begin for visitors and staff. Only see-through bags will be allowed in facilities, and metal detector wands will be issued to dormitories. Sources in the probation department say these measures used to be in place but were removed by the Board of Supervisors in favor of a more family-friendly environment. The memo also outlines more aggressive rules to deal with drones that drop contraband into the facilities and the purchase of vapor tracer machines to check for drug residue on anyone who enters a facility. Steve Gregory, KFI News.
Hundreds of troops are heading to the U.S.-Mexico border, along with more U.S. Marshals, immigration officials, and National Guard troops as Title 42 expires. The COVID-19 policy allowed the U.S. to expel migrants who cross the border. Arizona Sheriff's Association President Sheriff David Rhodes has vowed to support all law enforcement stationed at the border.
We know what you're doing. We appreciate it. We support you. We're behind you 100%. We're fighting to get you resources.
Sheriffs say immigration reform is needed so people can come here lawfully to make life for themselves. Under the new rules, families have to cross the border and face curfews, and some will have to wear an ankle bracelet as their cases are heard within 30 days. House Speaker McCarthy has criticized the Biden administration's efforts to deal with border security.
11,000 people came across yesterday, set a new record. 4.5 million have come across since President Biden has taken office. When he's lifted the actions of the last administration and the administration before that.
McCarthy also complained today about fentanyl coming over the border and about people caught crossing the border who are on the terrorist watch list. And gay and bisexual men in relationships can now donate blood in the U.S. without abstaining from sex. The FDA's updated guidelines ease old restrictions designed to protect the blood supply from HIV. Gay rights groups and medical societies had said the restrictions discriminated against LGBTQ people. The agency announced this week the rule can take effect. Taking a look at your KFI financial update, sponsored by Jacoby & Myers. The Dow is down 270, S&P is down 14, and the NASDAQ is flat.
Don't wait. Maximize your compensation after an accident. Call Jacoby & Myers now. Justice for you since 1972.
SoCal weather from KFI. Starts out gray, more sunshine is on the way later. Warmer temperatures, highs will be in the low to mid 70s. We'll make it near 80 by tomorrow for our highs, and inland highs by Saturday will be in the low 80s to the low 90s. Right now it's 60 in Fullerton, 61 in Newport Beach, 58 in Baldwin Park, 56 in Hollywood. Let's get a look at your drive with the KFI in the sky and update the 60.
You betcha. How about we start with a little good news and a traffic report for a change. Coming away from the 57, going through Roland Heights. Westbound 60 at Azusa. There was a rig that just wouldn't run anymore, sitting in the right lane from it. Has cleared. So a little slow coming away from the 57. It should get up to speed. And after that, now things have really settled nicely. Pretty easy drive through the 605. A little slow going up and over the hill of Paramount through Monterey Park there, but a pretty good drive to this to the 710. Hello, Jeff. Rancho Cucamonga is kind of slow getting away from that. Kind of a long plane problem. Westbound 210 at Campus is going away, but still a little slow approaching that. After that, from the 57 through the 605 into Pasadena, things are looking pretty good. South 605, by the way, 210 all the way down to the 105. It's just plain slow. We've had a couple of earlier problems, but nothing to speak of right now. So just hang in there. Carpool lane looking good. And the West Santa Monica Freeway, I can't think, sorry. West Santa Monica Freeway going through Mid-City, LA. Has eased a whole bunch. It's still from about Vermont out through about La Brea. Something going on the southbound Pasadena Freeway around the 5. More on that coming up. Don't go away. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jeff Bob.
This hour is brought to you by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Let's go places.
Binge listen this and all your artist stations, plus any song from our library of millions of songs, all ad-free. Get your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access. You'll love it. Don't be basic, be extra. Start your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access now.
Hello, beautiful. I'm Amy Ehring, founder of Madison Reed, a hair color company I named after my daughter. I started Madison Reed to give you the most gorgeous hair color made with ingredients you can feel good about. Are you tired of drugstore hair color? You deserve better. Spring is here and the forecast calls for your best hair color ever. Upgrade to salon quality hair color that nourishes and improves the condition of your hair without any harsh odors. It's easily done at home, and we deliver it to your door. Plus, our hair color